Oh, okay.
Have a face for radio. That's the thing.
Let's do it.
All right. So I just want to welcome everyone to our 30th podcast.
30th.
Man, they're going 5 out of 5, huh?
In all honesty, we want to welcome everyone back to our weekly podcast, our 8:30. Thanks for tuning in. We got some of the main guys here. We got someone new. We don't know Miguel. Okay. So what's up, Dre? That's all you got, Dre?
Yeah.
Hey, come on.
Oh, man.
That's quite right.
I'm gonna skip you. It's John, myself, Brian, and our special guest today, Jeremy. What's going on, Jeremy?
What's up, Brian?
How you doing?
Say hi to the world.
All right.
He's a little bit nervous. Right there. Say what's up to the microphone.
What's up to
He's
the microphone?
he's so funny because he's always here. He's like, I feel like we should give him an Acura uniform because he would blend right in.
Yeah, and he's really good at mounting tires.
Mounting tires. Okay, all right.
I have some experience with mounting.
So today, like, kind of sticking to the same podcast theme, we're gonna just chat with a new guest, and for the third week, we're just learning about their story and what got them into cars and how we originated and all that good stuff. So we all know Jeremy here, right? I knew him first.
How are you, Andre?
Okay, I'm gonna say I knew him first.
Good to meet you, bro.
Then John, I think, knew him second
Via Mike.
via Mike.
Yes.
Okay. And then Miguel, and then now Dre. So, Jeremy's a good guy. I met Jeremy over, I would say, 10 years ago. We developed an awesome friendship, and that friendship came through, the forums, when we all used to go on the forums. He still goes on the same forum that we met on.
What's that form is that?
Acura, if you're going over there. That's
Rockstar?
143.
Rockstar 143.
That's right. I know that guy. I've met him on there before.
Oh, yeah.
He does not currently own an Acura. He does own a Honda.
I have Honda products.
You have Honda products, okay.
A pressure washer. A motorcycle.
But this journey started so long ago, so I want to take everyone back, kind of what we've been doing, taking people back to first car, first time you started driving, what was it, and any car in between that you remember. So what was your first time you touched a steering wheel?
The first the first steering wheel I ever touched, I learned how to drive on my mother's 1990 Civic SI.
Ooh.
Hatchback. So of course I went out and got a regular DX red one that in comparison wasn't awesome, but at least looked the part.
Right.
At the same time, my sister had a 93 EG hatch, a blue one. So at one point in front of my mom's house, we had 3 Honda hatches.
Wow.
I love that blue. That blue is real nice.
That blue was nice. So my first experience learning how to drive was on her SI, which was fantastic. And she ended up getting rid of the car 10 years later she had an air conditioning problem or something, and she let it go for like $1,500.
Yeah.
To this day, every time I mention that car, I'm like, don't bring it up, it's a sore subject. Because I would kill to have an SI from 1990.
Did you start working on cars then, though?
Not exactly. I started off, so my first car was a 1988 Ford Taurus station wagon. We called it Panty Dropper.
I would have to agree.
Oh, light blue.
Oh.
Light blue. With 2 10-inch bazooka subwoofers in the back.
Self-amplified.
Self-amplified.
You just put them in the trunk and that was it, right?
That's it.
I had them in the trunk. I would run the speaker grade like house wire. I ran it through the ceiling.
Oh, not under the carpet.
No. That's crazy. That sounds like a lot of work. So I ran it through the ceiling, so like I'd look out the rear view and you'd see 2 speaker wires dangling down to my 210s. And then I had a floral Key West pattern. Duvet cover over the entire thing. So
Duvet cover?
Yeah.
Duvet?
Oh, I don't even know
I don't know what is that.
I don't even know what a duvet is, but
It's a comforter.
okay.
Oh.
Yeah, for you domestic folks.
Okay.
It's a JDM comforter. It's called a duvet. So my first
They have those in Sweden or something.
So, right. Yeah, Sweden is, it's like Puerto Rico and Cuba.
Yeah.
So, anyway, my first experience getting that car was my mom's boyfriend at the time. He wanted to sell it. He put a for sale sign on the front. He said, listen, put the sign in the front, drive it down to Lejeune, park it there. I'll give you, I don't know, $5 a week or whatever. I learn the value of money or whatever. Park the car up front. Sure, no problem. I go, park it up front. First day, no problem. Boom. Second day, no problem. Third day, around the block. Fourth day, around 4 blocks. by the end of the week, I came around the corner. I had learned how to use the foot e-brake. Came around the corner sideways.
Man.
You're a drift master now.
Man, I was born drifting. I almost came out regular, and then it was a C-section. I came out like a drift master from the
You're
time
coming
I was
out
born.
sideways. Yeah.
I came out sideways. So I come around the corner, and of course, I cut the wheel, cut back, straight down the street. Mom and her boyfriend.
Watching.
So, luckily, if it was Mom, she probably would have been a little more angry, but I think he understood boys and whatever. She talked to us. I got punished. Oh, park the car, go inside. No,
You're not driving for the
You're
rest
not
of your
driving for the rest of your life. And then a week later, he wanted, I think, $1,800 for it. He said, I'll do 6, your mom will do 6. You put 6 into it, and it's yours. And I'm like, that's my first car. So that was my first car through high school, which obviously at the time wasn't glorious, but it was a means to an end, and I had a car, and you could potentially have friends in the back because I had the jump seats facing back with paintball guns. I mean, I wouldn't sanction that, but you could do that.
In theory.
In theory, you could.
It's possible. Yeah.
If you were to go begging or do any of that stuff, this would be the vehicle.
But you never did it.
I wouldn't do that.
No.
I wouldn't recommend it, but you could. You could do it.
So that was your first car. Now, did you have a passion for Hondas at that point? Or did you just...
Okay, so at that point, I appreciated them. My mom, when my parents got divorced, she was driving a wood fake vinyl panel Caravan. Fantastic. Very cool.
Yeah.
She had like a fender bender. I don't think it was totaled, but it was enough to kind of say she didn't want to drive it anymore. And I remember, they were divorced, we were at the house, she pulls up in this little hatch, right? Brand new, it was like $9 grand, $10 grand, whatever it was, brand new. She pulls up, I got this one, it's the peppy one.
The peppy one.
I mean, at the time, I don't know any of that. Actually, when she sold that, she ended up in a '99 GSR Integra. Same thing. I wanted it. She got like the forest green color.
Oh yeah, I know exactly.
10 seats.
Yes. Or might have been
black.
gray. She had gray. She had gray interior.
Oh.
So she went, and of course she went 10 years in that one. And I told her, I was like, Mom, I got an alarm on it. And I said, Mom, that car's gone. I said, it had 55,000 miles, which it still had, obviously, the analog, so you could see.
Yeah.
Clean. GSR wheels, clean, no tint, whatever. Parked in front of a house. I said, that's going to get taken. So, of course, 3 months later,
Bye-bye.
gone. She's pretty sure it was the oil change place, but I'm pretty sure it got flatbreaded. So my passion started with that because my first hands-on experience was Honda and reliability and everything else.
And your family had them.
Well,
They were always
we were
around.
building up to
Yeah.
that. So the family, that started with Mom loving Hondas, and I did that. And then I would say my next car after that, I don't know, I jumped curbs, I did all kinds of weird stuff with the station wagon. So the next car was actually an 87, which is another car I wish I had. It was an 87 Corolla, right? Sedan, SR5, stick shifts, carbureted,
SR5's
rear-wheel
a
drive.
suspension package, right? Is that what that is on this?
Again, it was just, all I know is that it added panty dropper to it.
Oh.
So now I'm wondering if it was me.
It said SR5 on the side of the car.
SR5.
Yeah, you let everyone know.
So at this point, I'm starting to get the feel for it. It's got the Bobo bumpers. I spray paint them blue to make them match and stuff
I
like
bet
that.
that was a dead-on match, right?
It was perfect.
Perfect.
And then
Ryan would approve.
a buddy of mine, buddy of mine had access to. He worked at a performance shop. So one day I show up and he had taken the catalytic off, slapped the fart can on it with angled tips that melted the bumper and showed black soot all over it. So that was the last year they did emissions testing. So I failed emissions testing because of that.
Remember emissions testing?
God, yeah.
But it sounded cool.
Day.
Oh, and then I ran that. I would take the filter out. I'm like, God,
Whoa,
that sounds so much
That's like
meaner.
20 horsepower right there, right?
Right.
Like you put a turbo on it.
But again, another car that today I would love to have. Are you kidding me? That'd be another hot ticket item to have. So at the time, I still. What's the word I like to use for myself at times? I'm cautious with the way that I spend my money, and I used to be more cautious because they call that frugal or the C word. But I was always careful. So I live vicariously through my friends. All of my friends.
Took me a while. It's cheap, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Cheap.
yeah.
I'm a little behind here.
But I'll see you next Tuesday. That's another one. But it was cheap. So I cut my teeth working on cars, watching all my friends. Specifically, a good friend of mine, Charles, used to do Mustangs, Fox bodies. All of them had Fox bodies. So I would just live vicariously through them. Had to watch Fox Bodies 5.0, the high output 5.0 that came. He had a Cougar originally, same motor.
Oh man, yeah.
Back in the
A friend of
day,
mine had one of
Yeah,
those.
those things were sweet.
dude, he pulled the fuse for the brakes so he could do burnouts and stuff like that.
It was a Mark II also, right? The Lincoln Mark II.
That had the same
Similar,
motor,
yeah,
right?
with the air suspension, I think.
Yeah.
On that one.
So we went to those were my first memories. Like my dad's always been a tinkerer, he fixes stuff or whatever, but like getting deep into a car was that. So I still remember coming out of high school, my buddy Charles would be out there, burnouts up and down the street, and then I had another friend that had an Integra that he did nitrous and all kinds of other stuff. So I've always kind of been aware. So the Mustangs transitioned into, he ended up trading, I think, 2 Mustangs for a 96 Accord. Lowered 17s. And back in the day,
Trade 2 Mustangs.
it was
one
like
Ford?
2 beat up
That
Mustangs.
sounds about right.
That
to
sounds
me.
about
You know, that sounds like a good
And this
exchange
was,
trade.
imagine, this is a 96 Accord in 98,
Oh, so
something.
more
Oh,
than
so
you.
new. That's probably gone. But, a precision power sound system.
Yeah.
Crazy,
Oh,
you
right.
open the deck lid and it's all these equalizers. I mean, crazy system. It was not even slammed. Today's standards, it was not even really that low.
But
But
we just had low profile
it was
tires.
dropped.
on it, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, let me tell you, back then, that's how old I am. Back then, there was a guy in Coconut Grove that had 18s, and you knew him as the guy.
Whoa.
Listen,
18s?
you
He was the man.
you knew him
Did he
as.
have low profile tires too?
Oh, 18s were like dogs
yeah.
in the day. Oh,
So you knew him. You know it was back in the day because you knew him as the guy that had 18s.
Yeah.
Like now you go, hey, the guy with 18s. You'd be like, which one's on the
stock
lot?
wheels.
Yeah, stock Cword wheels on there. It's on there.
So that kind of, I would watch. I'd get dropped off. This was before I had my own car, but they dropped me off. But I kind of started looking, and I would always look at a car, and I'd be like, why do I think that looks cool? Like you see a stock one, you see this one, and you start seeing such subtle little changes, lowered, spaced out a little bit, flush with the fenders, whatever, sound. You get, and you start developing an idea of what you think is cool and what you don't think is cool. So it kind of started from that. Turning around at my mom's house and watching my friends take off, I'd be like, hey, one day I'm gonna have an awesome, and I did. I ended up, I won't skip to that, but when, so the Taurus, you want me to keep going?
Yeah. All
You
of
could
it.
skip around.
Skip
if you
around the
want a
most
little bit,
memorable, like
I'm
ones.
feeling shy and uncomfortable at this point, so
You're feeling good.
I
Like
think you're doing good. You're
the
doing
main
good.
ones, like the main cars. I think when you first started to modify the cars, I knew you the black TL. I think everyone
That's
knew you.
I met you with your
I don't see color. I don't remember.
Nighthawk Black Pearl on Advan wheels, fancy dashboard.
That car I remember.
Yeah.
Fancy crack dash. I mean, fancy.
Yeah, I remember that's how you actually came to Acura Pembroke Pines.
Yeah, guys.
Because,
Their
Yeah,
warranty, everything.
Yeah.
Got the dashboard though.
yeah,
I'm not going to give away all of my trade secrets.
No, those are top secret.
For how I got Acura to admit a lot of faults. But basically, okay, so
How did you get that car?
I'll just jump quickly
Yeah.
because we obviously only have a half hour and I'm long-winded. So I went Taurus, had the AE86, whatever, the Corolla. That thing had a brake job or a brake problem, and at the time I was still a kid, so grandpa problem, we went to his mechanic who had a brother that liked to race. Oh yeah, you gotta get rid of that thing's a death trap. So he traded that for the Civic. So I'm like, oh man, red hatchback, cool, awesome, Honda, like mom. Just like mom.
Yeah.
Same motor. Not. So get that one, junkyard mirror, slap it on. I mean, back then,
That's when we only came with one mirror, right?
one mirror.
Yeah.
So back then, I was still not putting money into cars. I drive it, change the oil sometimes. Listen, I hit something and it took the molding off the side of the door. I literally put tape and spray painted black. Like back then, that's how I fixed stuff. I would wash
You?
it. Me. I would wet a t-shirt and wipe it down. Every 6
Don't I have to
months.
clean all the glue off the inside of your wheels every time I balance them?
You don't have to, but I would never come back here. So after that, I ended up in. Actually, after that was the Accord. Found it on a broker. The first time I had a car payment, $6,000. I was like, wow, this is really hurting. I don't know about these car payments, right? But I'm driving, and that also taught me. I got an LX Accord, 97. I'm trying to recreate my buddy's car, right? I love how I got Heather Mist. I bought it from a broker, Acura Pembroke Pines, and it had scratches on the hood.
Oh, really?
It had scratches on the hood, so I talked to the guy. Hey man, scratches on the hood. Yeah, ooh. yeah, we'll fix those for you. I learned my lesson that day. That's probably why I know this guy. That day, they will fix it for you. It's not a good move, right? So that turned into cheap clear coat, different color from the pinstripes up. And also that started my craziness because suspension, cutting the springs, making sure that, the back is a little bit up, right? You know, and then you just go nuts. Then you cut the front ones and it's like going like this.
That's when you started to become OCD.
OCD.
And you started modifying the cars on your own that time.
So it starts, to me, this starts with a passion. It starts with need. You want your car to look cool. You don't have the money. And back in the day, nowadays, y'all kids are lazy. I'm gonna say it. Right? You have the internet, you have YouTube, you have forums. It's been answered 40 times. They show you what you did wrong, what you did right. Back in the day, you had to go to Discount Auto Parts. I gotta walk in. I'm a kid. I'm 15. I gotta talk to Miguel, and I go, "Hey, man. Oh, you do?" And you know, probably carbureted. You know, before OBD2, right?
Yeah.
I gotta come in and go, "Hey man, I got this little rice burner and it's, and the guy's looking at you like, brah, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, Or you're talking to another kid that works there that doesn't know either.
Yeah.
So you go in, get the Chilton's manual and you you buy it and you take it home.
No, that's the page I need, right?
Oh man, alternators. Skips 3 pages. So you get your information. Anyway, it's at your fingertips, but that's what really started
Speaking of that, I
craziness.
just found mine at home the other day.
That manual?
Yeah, from my old
Just the 3 pages or the rest
The
of the
whole
book? that you
deal.
put in the store?
The whole deal. This guy right here, off topic, he's got his manual with handwritten notes. It's like the Bible.
I believe it.
on there. It's the most beautiful thing I love.
He's the most beautiful thing I've
He's pretty good looking.
Yes. A Civic is a close second.
At least the Civic enhances it.
He makes that car.
They're like made for each other.
So maintenance wise I wasn't there yet, but I'm starting to get my feel for it. Oh my god, a check engine light, Jesus, do I need to turn it in? Oxygen sensor, I'm starting to learn, right? And I've tinkered with my friends, I've watched them pull engines, take things apart, so I'm starting to kind of grasp, when you start off, everything is too hard. I don't know how to do it.
Super complicated.
Then you start doing it, you're like, no, dude, if you're methodical about how you take it off, you can always put it back together. A thing made it, so a machine and a person put it together, it can be taken apart and put back together. So I started there, my conversations with people and stuff like that, troubleshooting. The paint job on the hood, that literally turned into me learning how to hand polish, and I literally was out there driving every weekend waxing, trying to turn this turd into the shiniest. I wanted that paint that didn't match on the hood to look as glossy as possible.
Right.
And you were just rubbing on it and
I was rubbing it. And you imagine, this is 20 years ago, imagine that.
you were probably in your prime then, huh?
I like to think I'm in my prime now.
Yeah,
That's what you say. What do you think, Zoe? Anyway, after that, but that car taught me to appreciate. I told myself, Jeremy, if you ever have a good paint job on a car, you will not be lazy. You keep it waxed, you will, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's why now to this day, when you see a nice color car, and you see it, I'm like, come on, bro. It's not that much work. Or you don't love your car, which is okay.
Or you own a black car and you have no choice.
Get up on it, bro. Get up on it. Don't even.
Swirl marks are my nightmare.
Well, I'd rather. Yes, I agree. But nothing looks better.
Yeah.
And if
A clean black car is a beautiful thing.
I don't see color,
So,
but I agree.
So what Hondas Acuras have you had since then?
So
to this day?
that Accord led me to EP3. So I had the Accord. I started working a field job where I needed to fit equipment and stuff like that. You're keeping me on task. You're doing it. A lot of the things you do are not excellent. That was excellent.
That was pretty good.
That was almost like a
Keep
run.
things going here, guys.
So EP3?
So I had an EP. I was going into a job where I needed to carry a ladder, whatever. I convinced myself to get a used Nissan Frontier. No offense, Nissan Acura Classics or whatever. I got that, had it for a month, hated it. So the gas mileage was bad. It wasn't the Honda 6.
I've heard a lot of people issues with gas mileage on this.
Because you gotta get the supercharged one, and even if you do, it's like you're kind of a real tough guy when an F-150 pulls up next to you, or like a full-size truck. Like,
What about a Lightning?
back then,
Just burn it down.
well, plus that's not a mini truck, which is cool, and that's not a full-size truck, which is cool. It's I should have gotten this for my wife. So, no offense, me too. Anyway,
So what led from
after that EP3, I drove there. I was miserable. I was going back to the guy I bought it from every day. Hey man, I'm miserable, whatever. I drove straight to a Honda dealership, opened the hatch of an EP3, boom, ladder fits, everything fits, I'm buying it. Oh, I was way upside down, didn't care. I was paying $400 a month on
What's
the
that one?
Electron Blue Pearl.
Nice.
I know someone who had a car just like that.
Electron Blue Pearl, bro, that's it. So I loved my EP3. They had a deal for the HFP kit. It was like $700, including the rims. I remember the 17 slapped AHC. Put it all together, great. I was working and I was doing the gangsta lean. The A-pillar was in the way. I had done a U-turn and I didn't see the car coming. Head on. T-boned.
T-boned.
The insurance adjuster said, hey, I'll leave it up to you. You're borderline total. Do you want a total? I said, yeah, total. I had gap insurance. So I got lucky and I was able to walk right into an Acura dealership and get an RSX Type S with a real VTEC motor.
Oh.
Right, no offense to you.
Well,
There's a reason why EP3 guys boost. There's a reason why they have to boost.
Is there someone here who's got that high quality engine in their new car, huh?
Yeah.
No, we won't mention his name.
Well,
TJ.
when you think of performance, what's the first word other than performance that comes to mind? It's efficiency, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah. Gas mileage.
Gas
performance, right? Yeah,
Right.
I don't know.
So anyway, I went EP3, RSX Type S. That one was fast. Every car has felt basically like a step in the direction of going
I
faster.
know I keep
and
asking you
performance.
this. What color was that car?
Blaze Orange Metallic.
Oh, that's, you know what? I saw one of those today, didn't we? We
I
saw
don't know
one
if you guys noticed, the table is lifted about 6 inches all around.
That's pretty rare color, man.
Yeah.
On the showroom floor, those are pretty fancy.
I remember those.
I walked in, I was between Jade Green. Jade Green, they had Electron Blue, I believe, or something
Oh,
similar.
that blue, yeah.
Well, it was like my EP, but I don't want to do that again. White's cool, whatever, but that, man, when I saw that Blaze Orange,
that Blaze Orange.
and I made the mistake of test driving the one I was going to buy, because, you know, with 12 miles on it, you're not supposed to be redlining and doing all
Right.
So I test drove it,
I
I'm
don't know
like,
about that.
so the best part was, since I was so upside down when I got the Civic, I was paying like $20 more a month for, you know, $25,000. That was a baller car for me at the time.
Yeah.
So at the time, now I'll get to where you guys want it to go.
Yeah, that's
Right?
right.
Sometimes if you're patient, you don't have to force it.
You know, we all want to
Okay.
go faster.
Yeah, we all go fast, Daddy, go fast. So anyway, I ended up, the RSX, the plan was my mom's ex had a TL. He had a previous gen, he had a second gen, right? Loved that one. I was not enough at the financial position to buy that, 1,000,000%, but my mom's like, please go with him, he can't pick. So we walk into a dealership, it wasn't even called A-Spec yet. We walk in on the showroom floor, take something else please. It's Netflix. Nighthawk Black Pearl, walk in, it's got full A-Spec package. Imagine that black.
Oh, man.
He's gonna change it for you, sweetheart. It's Nighthawk Black Pearl with the full A-Spec kit in the showroom. Imagine that. And I'm
With the
looking.
silver wheels,
Dude, it's got
everything, the
A-Spec
little
wheels.
drop on
It had the special, the exhaust tips, which to this day I could not understand why people tried to make it look like a Type S. Like I thought that was a spaceship. I'm like, that was the first time I'd seen an exhaust tip that matched the opening of the bumper.
And was it manual?
It was manual.
Wow.
So it had the Brembos on it.
Had the Brembos, it was manual, everything. So he leased that car. I said, he did a 5-year lease. I said, when you're done, if I can afford it, I'm in, right? The buyout on that was like $13,500. I don't know why I remember exactly, but it was like $13,600. So sure enough, 4 years in the RSX, I put like 75,000 miles on it. In 2009, finally his lease was up, and I'm like, don't care, making it happen, and I got the TL.
So that's the TL that you had?
Yeah. I saw it from the day I was
you
on
got
showroom.
rid of that car with
I know.
history like that?
So here's the problem, is that
He did it to me at
in any moment you
Brand
convince
new.
yourself that you want something, don't want something. At the time, I felt like I put all that love into the thing. We replaced the dash, we did it, which is what led me to meeting Mike and everybody here or whatever. Did the dash. Headlights open, close, taillights open, close, everything. I made that car. I had a 7-year love affair with that car. That's probably unhealthy, but I knew that car and I loved that car.
And touched every part of that
Touched
car.
every part, and really, I took it to the next level because I learned how to hand polish with Zano. Then I stepped up
And
to
you started doing your own maintenance on that car.
I did the timing belt
stuff.
service. I did a valve adjustment.
That really brought you into the Acura scene.
Well, when I used to come in, all you guys would start shaking because you knew if I wanted your job, it's done. You know,
Oh, yeah.
all of you. Yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, especially in the paint department after those.
Your car comes in and people are like, I don't want to work on it.
That's definitely true. Like that guy's a pain in the ass. He'll notice. Don't do it.
Yeah. Oh, there's a scratch here? Oh, no.
Well, that started. What I really loved was obviously coming in here, getting to know you guys. You guys are passionate about the cars. You guys weren't full of crap. You guys told it like it was, and I got to see that kind of behind the scenes from being a forceful customer, I guess we'll call me.
Yeah.
Right? So
Persistent.
Persistent and knowledgeable.
Yes.
And there was all that rubbing I used to do.
I remember that. It was very, very pleasing.
My feeling was that I learned how to detail that car, but I think I probably went a little hard.
Yeah. That black car, like I said, we all knew you as that black car. You went a little bit hard. Did you burn through anywhere?
I think
I didn't burn through. The problem was I think that the amount of heat I applied caused the crow's feet to
that
pop
cracking,
up.
right?
Yeah.
It was known for that, but
Which Honda covered too. Honda, they did a lot of those cars in the black. I
think the Civics.
They did come through and they
I'll
did
still
cover.
make a phone call.
Oh man.
Well, it made me feel.
You gotta have the car first.
Yeah.
If I had a time machine, rather than go pay taxes and trade, because I got the Type S after that, the magnetic blue pearl, the unicorn, everybody wants that. I'm gonna say it right here on TV or whatever this is.
Yeah.
Carbon bronze pearl, baby, over kinetic.
That's what you want.
Carbon bronze was my color.
I'll stick with Nighthawk. I mean, I know you like
Nighthawk's
No. If I could go back in time, rather than you convince yourself, this clear coat, man, it's a lot of work and all this stuff, it's black or whatever. If I could go back in time, I would have spent the money to just respray it.
So the biggest question is, which car? Because I know you have more. Are you going to take the Acura Honda Classic, August 11th, from 8 to 11:30? Which we're going to see
car
on
or
Sunday.
what's the right answer?
Which car are you going to bring?
My real yellow pearl Honda S2000.
The real, okay, so that's going to be here. You were already here with it.
It had the bike rack on it.
The bike rack with the undersized bike on it.
it definitely looked like it fit you or your daughter. I'm not sure.
It was actually a unicycle with an extra tire.
That's what it was.
Yeah. I usually, when I ride that one, I take the seat off, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you're going to be here for that. Don't bring no Audi here or anything like that.
An Audi?
I think it's an Audi.
Audi.
I don't know.
Yeah, what color would that Audi be?
I think it's going to stay
Silver or
orange.
would it have been
Orange.
I hope it's not silver.
You know what? Just to make you proud, I might bring the Yukon.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, I could bring the Odyssey. I could bring the Shadow.
Man.
No,
He's got a little,
So you got a collection, huh?
I have a love affair with Honda. I do.
Yeah.
I've told myself I had an old landlord that kind of told me not to fall in love with a car after the black car.
Yeah.
You know me, I have no real emotional attachment to any of them.
Yeah.
So I wanted to experience all these cars. So now I'm trying different brands or whatever. But honestly, I keep coming back to Honda.
I think one of the coolest ones I got to experience that you had was that CTSV wagon. That was a really cool car.
You have one of those?
Yeah.
Bro, come on, man. You can't tell when I walk in the room, you can't tell I had a You can't tell that not only did I have one, I don't even need to have it anymore. I walk in and people are like, that guy has a CTSV wagon.
Yeah. Not just
Now you say it, I can see it.
yeah.
See it, yeah.
Now,
That car was fantastic. And for
Except
what
for
it
when
is,
it's wet at 80 miles an hour, it's a little scary.
well, when you're trying to show off to a row of about 30 NSXs.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
The good thing is that my underwear matched the color of the car.
Yes, the car was
Wear a dark
right?
brown
Yeah.
or a black. Yeah, I had a little wiggle at 100. That was good.
So Jeremy, thanks so much for coming. I mean, we could go on and on. We could even have an episode next Thursday. But August 11th, if you want to see Jeremy, you want to see everyone, he's a great guy, a lot of knowledge, good friend of mine.
You can strike a conversation.
You can strike a conversation.
Good friend of the shop.
He's a good friend that talks to you about anything, life, cars, whatever. He's got a lot of knowledge. He's become wise as he gets older too. So,
Are you signing off?
not signing off. We're just,
Wrapping up.
wrapping up. And speaking of wrapping up, August 11th.
Yes.
Show us the new shirts you got, Jeremy and Dre. These are gonna be for sale. This is a AHC Acura Honda Classic. Turn around. We got the quote from Mr. Honda himself. All right.
On the front.
On the front.
Can you see it?
And you check the sleeve out right here. Let's see the sleeve. Oh!
look at that
Oh
one.
man! Don't break the shirt, buddy.
Oh man.
Oh.
This is just to show you guys they use some quality stitching.
Yeah. That's showing the 2XL right here.
Extra small. I'm gonna lay off the Applebee's for a couple weeks.
So, like as always, so you come in, $5 gets you the raffle ticket, and it gets you, into the car meet. And also, we're going to be having, just like we always do, Mugen accessories. We have the crate. I know that's one we always have.
Pretty popular.
Yeah, the crate everyone loves. Usually we have the hat. But why don't you just come and see the umbrella? and it's talking to some sign language.
Is that a ski mask? There is a ski mask.
Also, spoon. And we also have the spoon, accessories, and a couple other
Oh, I think
goodies.
those spoon models, right?
Remember the model cars we've been talking to you about forever? The model car, they're going to be there. What's in front here? What do we have?
We have
So we have some BC racing coilovers, and
Don't open. Oh, no, okay.
No, we don't want
No.
to be a surprise.
All right. We're
and
gonna give
also
it
some boxes from some wheels, some cars that are going to be at the show. They're getting modified, getting ready for the show. Right?
All right. Maybe we'll have 3 reveals.
Maybe 3, maybe 4. Who
Maybe
knows?
we'll see.
My car's done.
Oh.
My car's done.
All right.
Yeah, said it better be picked up tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah, it's being picked up tomorrow.
All right.
If it's not burning tires, it ain't done yet. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I want to see those
You
tires.
can't reveal it unless
Yeah.
it drives here.
That's it.
Not toes.
Not towed. It's got to drive here. Burnouts.
Yeah.
I had somebody fix the brakes. Somebody couldn't do it for me.
Oh,
That's right.
Oh man. We'll talk about this off.
When you put it together in Hialeah, somebody fixes it.
Oh,
Actually,
Miguel's got his boys back. Miguel's got
Hey, we put
Hey,
together in the key.
hey.
Now you know why I do my own stuff.
Jeremy, can you show us who you're gonna
Oh, I
bring?
was actually going to ask you a question.
Yes.
Would you say that these meats are family friendly?
Can you show us who you can bring?
Do we pass the passion on to the next generation?
Please show us who you're gonna bring to the meet because this is a family event. And at all of our events, we like to keep it very family friendly, organized. That's what makes Acura Honda Classic so so important, and it makes everyone feel very comfortable. Look at that big girl. Look at her.
Wave to the cameras over.
Wave high. Zoe. Can you
look
say
over here.
anything? Can you say bye from Acura Honda Classic? We'll see everyone August 11th.
What car do you love that Daddy has? Say it.
High five.
Hopefully Daddy doesn't sell it. Yeah.
First car, right?
Yeah.
Or trade it for something silver.
We'll see everyone on the next one. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Traded for silver.
Thank you, even though you did your little.
She did great though. That was pretty good. Come on, I wouldn't expect any.
Traded for silver.
Thank you for behaving, sweetheart.
Yeah, look, you can see yourself on there. You see it right there?
silver.
She said that's 2000.
Yes, Daddy, yes, 2000.
Oh, Daddy, your Audi S4. No one wants that. Take another take. Another take. She does love that.
We'll see y'all guys August 11th. Don't forget. See you on the next one.